Hi! Today I'm going to be redesigning some fairly old characters I initially created as a warm-up sketch. Their names are Beck and Plaid, and oh boy, these designs are yeesh. But I like the character concepts and do not want to add them onto the pile of characters lost to time, so let's give them a proper modern makeover. I think that Beck's initial design is the one that I dislike the most. I never drew them in one specific outfit besides their heart mask thing. I could never decide if I wanted them to be AFAB or AMAB, and by golly, I could never decide on their traits. At one point they were a homeless druggie, at another they were mute, at one they were a ghost, and oh my god. I had no idea what I wanted to do with their character. So while I worked on revamping their design, I gave them a complete character overhaul. This is Beckett Roy Lavoie. I don't know if that's how you say it, I'm not French. A 26-year-old unemployed loser that lives in the attic of their aunt's pastry shop. For a very young age, Beck has always been outgoing in how they presented themselves, wearing very loser and androgynous coded clothes, such as the fit I got them on in the current design, but were never very popular socially due to the hyper-religious environment they grew up in. Religious trauma, well, which is why they developed an imaginary friend, a purple cat named Plaid, who I will get into later in the video. One thing I remember about their old design is that I didn't appreciate having to draw the mask over and over again. But since it's like their signature thing, I wanted to keep the mask in some ways, so I gave them whatever that thing is. I like the cat ears though, and thought it symbolized their connection to Plaid. Another thing that I struggled with, as stated before, was Beck's gender. I flipped around a lot before finally deciding that hang on, we'll be woke for a moment. They were an AFAB trans non-binary person on testosterone that uses they/them pronouns. Wow, that was such a purple-haired coded sentence. But yeah, Beck everyone, aren't they the coolest? Next up is Plaid. There really isn't much I wanted to change about him. Both him and Beck are fairly laid back and nonchalant, but Plaid's definitely more spunky than Beck. For his design, I knew I wanted to keep the whole tall purple cat thing. I just wanted to finalize his outfit because he, too, suffered from 13-year-old me's chronic inconsistency. As stated before, Plaid is Beck's imaginary friend. They made him when they were 7 to 6 years old, and due to trauma, wink wink, he ended up sticking around with them well into their adulthood. Even though Beck has been through some pretty bad religious trauma so bad they think the world's gonna end if they take off their cross necklace, Plaid is not a symptom of that. He, in fact, is sort of like a tulpa. He's even able to interact with the world around him in his total free will, while only being able to be seen and touched by Beck and a few others. But yeah, that's Plaid. I wonder if he smells like a cat does. Next is Loveland, who was only a concept for a while with her own imaginary friend. Long story short is that she works at one of those indie family-run car washes with her brothers. She's the oldest at 27. She has big dreams of moving to California and starting a business around technology-based fashion. She has a very bright and optimistic personality, and I wanted her design to represent this. I utilized bright colors and star patterns to symbolize her bright dreams of the future, as well as to contrast with Beck's more monotone and drained color palette. Another thing is that I never remember giving her any trauma, so I had to start from scratch over the explanation as to why exactly she has the ability to interact with her childhood imaginary friend even through her adult years. Oh shit, ran out of time. Bummer. Anyways, here's the finished Loveland. I love her so much, she looks like she'd say what the freak instead of what the fuck. Alright, last character for this video. This is CL, Loveland's imaginary friend. She resembled a stereotypical alien with more of a retro video game twist. I wanted her to look like a character from some adventure game from the 2000s. I took inspiration from Raymond and Gwimbly when it came to her personality. Very outgoing and extroverted, but also kind of stubborn and hot-headed. The whole story about her and Loveland revolves around how Loveland transferred to his school in a new state, and had basically no friends for a grand total of 7 months. This loneliness caused CL to form in her head, initially acting as a comic relief in Loveland's life, making her smile through those lonely times. She still makes Loveland smile, but now that she's older, she can make herself smile. But CL can't exactly leave her alone. Ooh, lore chat? Yeah, here they are! My babies! My silly little goobers! I'm so happy with the way they turned out, especially Beck and CL. Let me know who's your favorite design in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!